Hi YouTube, welcome to Hitalia Reviews. For all you Supernatural fans out there, you know there is some really strange fanfiction going around. Well, good news for some of you writers, it can be published and licensed. And this is one of them. It's called Supernatural Nevermore. And as you can guess from the title, it's about hauntings going on in Baltimore. And for all of you non-literary freaks, that means it does deal with Edgar Allan Poe. A little background on Poe is that he has written some of the most, I don't want to say depressing, but he is a master of horror. He wrote The Telltale Heart, Hot Frog, The Raven, of course, is one of his most famous. He's also done, I don't know how many short stories. He's also the creator of the modern detective novel. If any of you have read Sherlock Holmes, and I'll probably do another video on Conan Doyle, you may think that's where it started. No. Poe actually invented the word detective in The Murders in the Rue Morgue, and it was through his character Dupin. Again, this will be another review. That's a little background, and one of the reasons that makes the Poe house so fitting a setting is that Poe died under extremely questionable circumstances after being found in the road. Some speculate he had rabies, that he had drunk himself to death because he was a very prolific drinker after the death of his wife. And that's something you see throughout his stories, is that drink is a vice. But back to Nevermore. The summary says, Dean and Sam have hit New York City to check out a local rocker's haunted house. Before they can figure out why a lovesick banshee in an 80s heavy metal t-shirt is wailing in the bedroom, a far more macabre crime catches their attention. Not far from this house, 2 university students were beaten to death by a strange assailant. A murder that's bizarre even by New York City standards. You know how those can be. It's the latest in a line of killings that the brothers soon suspect are based on the creepy stories of legendary writer Edgar Allan Poe. Their investigation leads them to the center of one of Poe's horror classics, face to face with their most terrifying foe yet. And if Dean and Sam don't rewrite the ending of this chilling tale, a grisly serial killer will end their lives forever. Typical reader-catching preview. I know some can be extremely purist when it comes to any media that they prefer, but I really do recommend this book. The author is Keith R.A. DeCandido. He has done a lot of supernatural stuff. I know for a fact that he has Bone Key, which takes place in Key West, and then he's done, according to the About Author section, he's done stuff for Andromeda, for any of you sci-fi nerds. He's done Star Trek, Buffy the Vampire Slayer, World of Warcraft, Doctor Who. He has done a lot of novelizations of shows and his own sort of things. He's even done CSI New York, if that sparks your interest. He is very good at description, and he gives readers a lot of imagination to work with. And in here you get a 2-for-1 sort of deal. You get the rocker, which was mentioned and does not actually tie into the Poe mysteries, but it's another typical Dean and Sam case going up against something unknown. So, and something else that he does very well is that DeCandido, and I apologize if I'm saying his name wrong, he is very good at giving you sort of guidelines to the music that influenced what he wrote. He gives you sort of a playlist, almost. Sorry, I'm still getting used to this camera. So, there's about 3 pages of stuff that he listened to write this. So, naturally, the supernatural theme, in my personal opinion, Carry On Wayward Son, is on this list, and it gives you a lot to work with in terms of your imagination. So, if you can figure out as you're going through, and you don't have to wait to the end to say, oh, that's what that was. If you can figure out what books or what stories were being referenced in the murders, leave me a note after you've read this. Let me know. I'll tell you if you're right. Now, I am a classic history or classic literature fan, so the fact that I do see modern stories bringing in more of the classics does make me extremely happy, so that might tip my judgment a little bit. But any Supernatural fan, even if you're not a fan of Supernatural, even if you're just sort of sci-fi, fantasy, supernatural novel or genre fan, I suggest picking this up. While it does take a little bit to get going, most things do, excuse me, it pays off very, very well. I'm not sure if all his books do this, but there's a historian's note here. It says, this novel takes place between second season Supernatural episodes Crossroad, Blues, and Croatoan. So that'll give you some sort of scope. And if not, and you haven't seen a single show in your life of Supernatural, no worries. It can stand alone. As far as I'm concerned, that sort of finishes my review for now. I don't want to spoil anything, and it's also been a while since I read this book. So, if you don't want to buy it before you read it, try your library. I will link the Amazon page in the description, and I will link DeCandido's site as well. So, happy reading, and I will see you in the next video. If you have any suggestions, leave me a comment, send me a note. I will find them, I will consider them. I will see you on the next video then. I'm sorry this took so long. Bye.